So today we're gonna sit down and we're gonna talk about, like, it's not so much a dopamine detox, it is, but it's also more of trying to get over instant gratification, because I definitely know that, like, I have such an urge and a need for instant gratification, but then I never see content that's like how to get rid of that or how to maintain it. So I have my matcha. Chamberlain matcha sponsor me, even though I'm using local matcha right now. I have some notes, and also I don't know if I've said this like officially in a video, it's in my description, but I have, like, it's not a link tree, I'm not paying for that shit, but it's all my links to, like, my personal Instagram and, like, my business Instagram, my Pinterest, my Spotify, like, all that. If you are interested in staying, like, connected to more of my social medias, they're all there. I think my TikTok is still linked, but I like I mentioned in the last video, I don't really have access to that, so more like a historical archive. Also, okay, I'm trying out using the cinematic feature, but I don't know if I like it because I don't have, like, the most appealing background right now, but I feel like it's gonna make it hard to watch. I'm actually gonna get rid of it because I also realized it's gonna make this video like 10 times longer to airdrop to edit. There we go. Okay, it's really not that bad. One day we'll have a really nice background, it's okay. So, dopamine. I realized that I took notes and got links and stuff, but I didn't get, like, some of the main things. What is dopamine, first off? A lot of times we see, like, trendy words on social media and we follow it and we don't even know what it means. Like, they'll be like, oh, let's balance our hormone levels. Okay, can you name the hormone? I can't, not all of them. So it's like, it's kind of don't, I try to encourage, like, if you're gonna do research, do it extensively as much as possible. You don't want to think you know what you're talking about and you really don't. So dopamine is a chemical messenger in the brain that plays the role of motivation, movement, and reward seeking. So it's like, okay, you just had dinner, there's your candy, there's your dopamine, or here's my little matcha, my lavender syrup. Or when you watch a quick video on TikTok and it like the cute dog video, that's like a quick hit of dopamine. Dopamine is released when you do something enjoyable and it makes you want to do it again. And that's, like, the number one thing that leads to forming habits and addictions. So now that we know what dopamine is, when you have a just high intake of dopamine on a constant, you never experience, or you forget what it's like to experience just calm. Why do you think, like, if you're like me, sometimes you'll, like, be on TikTok and then you try to go watch a Netflix show, like a 20-minute Netflix show, an anime episode, and you're like, I can't focus. It's 20 minutes and you can't focus. And then I get, like, scared. I'm like, oh my god, I gotta reset, like, my attention span. It's because we're so used to just instantly. I find myself, I'm very, very bad at this, that when I had TikTok, if I needed to Google something, instead of Googling it, I would put it into the TikTok search bar because I would get a quick, concise answer that would also be edited and formatted for my brain to not just receive the information, but enjoy it. I mean, that's just the world we live in. We can't really do much about it, but, like, we can still enjoy short form content, long form content, social media, making, like, cute little videos, enjoying cute little videos, but it's the balance. So first one, TikTok. Okay, I know. I was the idiot that deleted it during the ban. I've deleted TikTok off my phone. I usually do that, like, at the beginning of every year, and I just see how long I go without it. Usually it's actually pretty long, and I would never delete my account because that's scary. I would just delete the app off my phone, but then the urge was still there. I'm like, okay, I need to find content for this one thing, so let me just download it real quick, look at it, then I'll delete it again. Or I'd be like, I can't actually delete my account because then I'm gonna have to work so hard to get it. Like, oh, I'm gonna have to regain whatever the minuscule amount of followers I have. That's just so much effort. Or, you know, even though it shouldn't be, this is such a key part of my daily routine, and I'm too scared to get rid of it. I'm not saying, if you're in America, I'm not saying, oh, delete TikTok, because you're not gonna be able to get it back. You're gonna have to look at it on your computer like an idiot like me. But if that's what it takes, I'm saying go for it, because I promise you, you think in your head that, and this is for the common just average enjoyer of it. I understand that some people have businesses ran on there, and that's like their source of income, but I'm saying like if it's just like a passive activity for you, but it's still negatively affecting you, if you have the guts to do it, just delete it. Once it's like out of sight, out of mind, once it's not there and you have to actually open up your computer, search for it, log in, it's not so easily accessible, it's not going to be the first thing you want to do. You're going to realize, oh, I was holding on to something that like in reality I didn't really care about. And maybe I'm just lucky, maybe that's just my mindset, maybe all of y'all are just going to be miserable after doing that, but try it, I'm telling you. Especially if you're not in America. God bless you, first off. Take me with you. I'll marry you for a visa. Like, if you're not in America, there's no harm in deleting the app. You're not gonna lose it. Second thing, online shopping. I deleted, okay, I know, Shein. Yes, excuses, but like, I don't care. It was just convenient. And for a lot of people, it's just convenient. Yeah, I mean, you can't do anything about it. Yeah, it sucks, but it's convenient. Fast fashion, the market for it exists for a reason. So I deleted Shein off my phone because also, not just getting that dopamine hit from knowing that I'm getting clothes quickly and cheap, the dopamine hit of, ooh, I'm gonna go look on Shein for like 30 minutes at all this stuff I want, but I have clothes. I have clothes that I could be styling in new ways, or I have clothes that I could be like upcycling, repairing, and making it work. Or simply going to the thrift store. I mentioned that I was doing no buy, and that if I got clothes, first off, I had to get rid of some to get some, but also if I got it, it needed to be from a thrift store. Little lenient, maybe TJ Maxx or Marshalls, but a thrift store. Not only is it just more mindful and better because it's like recycling, it's also just, there's more thought behind it and it feels good. It's like, oh, look at what I found. Like, I found this, like, this is such a rare find, like nobody else is gonna have this, or, you know, this is like vintage or something. Like, it's nice, it's rewarding, but it's more effort than a quick dopamine hit. There's a difference between gradually getting that satisfaction and reward versus getting it now, and it's just like without even enjoying what you did or the process of it, it's just there smacking you in the face. Amazon Prime, I got rid of my Amazon Prime account. Most of the stuff that I would need for my career, let's say salon centric and things like that in my area, most of the stuff I can get in person. There's really no need for me to order it unless it's like in bulk stuff, but even then, if I can just manage my time properly, I can order it and it'll be in a few days, and not the instant gratification of now. Of course, that may change. Life gets, you know, you think you have life together, and then it just smacks you in the face, and it's like, you dumb bitch, you don't know anything. You think you have life together? Watch this. But a lot of our issues we could have prevented, and some people need to hear that. A lot of our issues we could have prevented. Think about it. Cooking / drink making, aka my daily matcha. It was my like need for things just to be fast and quick and convenient was so bad that I would notice when I'm cooking, I'm like, this is taking longer than 10 minutes. I want it now. Like, you want me to make a pressure cooker roast that's gonna take 8 hours? Absolutely not. I want it now. Would you rather have it now and it be mediocre? Or would you rather let it do the work over a course of time and be excellent? That's all I had to say about cooking. Drink making though is more so being mindful, not so much about the reward of it. I wake up and I don't give myself time to get ready. I'm just like, okay, if I gotta leave at 8:30, I'm waking up at 8, brushing my teeth, eating a quick breakfast, and just leaving. I don't give myself time to enjoy the process of waking up, getting ready, cleaning myself up, making myself presentable, feeding my body, taking my medicine and supplements, blah, blah, blah. One thing I chose to take my time with is making my matcha. And I feel like just that little, not even 5 minutes, 5 minutes of mindfulness and just being like, okay, I'm taking my time whisking the matcha. I'm making sure I have the water hot enough, just taking my time. And the same thing with like just tea. It's just that little bit of mindfulness really sets the mood for your day. It just relaxes you, and it's just one small thing. I'm not changing my whole routine, you know, on day one. I'm slowly implementing things. Next, making time for your routine goes off the last one. Skincare and low maintenance beauty at home. And so I guess this is for like the people who really enjoy taking care of themselves and beauty and all that stuff. Skincare. I would get in the habit of being like, okay, so I'm really big about like, I will not even lay in my bed if I have makeup on. Like, I will not relax. I will sit straight up. I will not lay down if I have makeup on. So sometimes if I'm just really tired, I'll just take some micellar water, take my makeup off, take witch hazel toner, clean off the micellar water, and call it a night. When I have all of my stuff right here in my little cabinet, and it's not that far from my bed, and it takes like, what, 30 seconds to wash your face, and you know you're gonna feel way more clean. It's going to feel better to put in 30 seconds more of energy than doing the quick way, and you're still gonna feel nasty and grimy and like you haven't cleaned your face. Make it hard for you to make excuses. I think that's the best tip I have for that. And low maintenance beauty. I do my nails at home. I do them at home because I can. I do my hair, either myself or my friends do it. I do my makeup. I tint my own eyebrows. Did I go through 1,500 hours and become licensed to know how to do this? Yes, but I've been knowing how to do this since middle school. Why? YouTube. Be resourceful. If you want to learn something, do it. I feel like that's such a simple statement, but some people just don't think about it like that. If you want to learn something, don't wait for somebody to teach you. Figure it out. Figure it the fuck out. Like, we have so much knowledge at our fingertips at all times that there's no reason for any of us to be ignorant. And I'm calling myself out on that too. I'm not just, I'm not gonna ever be the person to be like, oh, you should be doing this, but oh, whatever. I'm calling myself out on that too. There's things I know I could be researching or practicing or studying, but then I just throw it to the side. This one kind of piggybacks off of that now. Corn. This is not going to be a moral take or conversation on it. I have no moral opinion on it, if I'm being honest. I mean, we all do. There's no way to not. But this is more so of the instant gratification. Like what the video is about. Love yourself without it. I'm trying to not be too vulgar because it is YouTube, and also like I know I have friends and family who might watch this, but like I just don't care anymore. We're all adults. Let's talk about it. It's not taboo. This is more so a take of it's really gonna help discover your own sensuality. There's a way to be sensual, to love yourself, to love others, to love your body, and to explore without abuse. And the porn industry itself is so messed up. Also, statistically, so like I have a reference right here. According to fightthenewdrug.org, 49% of sex trafficked women share that they were being sold, when they were being sold, pornography was made of them. And while yes, like they're trying to crack down on non-consensual porn being made, and not just made, but like put out there on common websites, it's unpreventable. It's still there. The chances of it are getting lower, but at least from a quick statistic I saw when researching for this video, but it should be 0. The issue is it will never be 0. There is no ethical way to enjoy video/photo porn, period. There's no ethical way to view it. I have no moral dilemma against taking in this stuff. It's the fact that it is, let me rephrase that. I have no moral dilemma against sensuality, self-love, things like that. The issue is that the most common way to go about it is demoralizing and unethical. And this is not talking about sex workers, nothing. This is specifically talking about just the porn industry. There's so many other ways to explore that. There are books. Some of them are just stupid and toxic, but like there's books. There's just so many other outlets. And it makes you fall in love again with the process. I feel like we just want the quick satisfaction, especially in our head, and it's like we forget that it's a whole process. This is like very, personal, but it's something that needs to be talked about. And I feel like people talk about dopamine detox and they might be like, oh yeah, let's go on a porn ban, blah blah blah, but they don't really talk about why, and they also don't really give alternatives. The issue is just, it's something that could be an issue for people with instant gratification that's not really brought up. So I just thought it'd be important to bring it up. I feel like my point for that one was just kind of like here, there, and everywhere, but I feel like if you have a messy mind like me, you'll be able to put together the pieces that I threw out. Last one, saving money. If you grew up poor like me, of course everybody, their mind is different, but I feel like the consequence of growing up poor made it to where when I started making money and when I would get money, I'd be like, okay, I have money, I need to spend it. I may not have this again. That was always my issue. I have money, I need to spend it. I started viewing money as more of a game, as let's see how much we can save. And the not spending it, like, yeah, this is something you learn when you're a kid, but it teaches you the value of it. Some of us didn't get the pleasure of being able to access money. So when we have the ability to access it, when we work hard for it, sometimes it's just ingrained in us, we just want to spend it. But when we save it, it trains you. I feel like that's a good way to put it. It trains you into self-restraint, into prioritizing long-term wants and needs over things you want now, which in and of itself derails the mindset of instant gratification. I know, I'm just so big brain. I've just got so many thoughts up here. That is some of my thoughts about that. And I hope that this might be able to help somebody. I don't know if it will, but I know that just taking down my thoughts like this helped me, so maybe it can help somebody, even though it was a little bit all over the place. But that's okay, I'm always all over the place. So that's my notes. That's my thoughts about instant gratification. If anybody has any advice on how they sort of derailed that mindset in themselves, comment, let me know, because I'm always willing to learn and hear. And I feel like everybody's so different that even if it doesn't help me, just letting it be known can help somebody else. So if anybody has any advice, let me know. And if you did learn anything, just comment it, because I feel like it's nice. It's a little dopamine hit when I get feedback. I love the feedback. Shout out to my one subscriber who's always commenting like, diva, like same, like I love you. I love you. I think about you all the time. That's it for this video. I'm gonna finish my matcha.